Welcome back to Yard Talk News. It's me, Big T. I'm bringing a guest. Y'all sadly didn't get to see the interview, but trust me, it happened. My boy son
It
Rob,
happened.
It happened. My boy son Rob here to help me today, talk about different topics, recapping the month of August and recapping the month of September in the music industry and the platform. Man, let's just get down
Appreciate you, bro.
to it. Starting off with August, man. So many interviews that happened on the platform from artists Augie, Just Be Unique, and Black Moss. Shout out to them, great artists, man. Keep doing their shit. Every artist we have on this platform is great. You, great, like everything, everyone, all y'all are inspiring to me. I want to see y'all growth, man. I remember seeing you on that stage, big ass stage. I was like, yeah, this man, he's going places. Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro. That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, real crazy, man. But starting off with some happy news, man. So many birthdays, man. Go out to my boy Lord Simi, closest homie, Michael Jackson, Augie, Corday, Bobby Shmurda, Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, his soul, Kobe. Even though he's not music related, but he's still heavily prized in the hip hop industry. You know. Rest in peace to King Von. Happy birthday goes out to him in the month of August. Lil Yachty, Chief Keef, countless others, man. Countless others. It's been great. It's been great for the month of October of August with the birthdays. Now, Vultures was dropped in August with Kanye. How we feeling about that?
Man, I fucking love Kanye. I know we didn't get to discuss this together prior, but I love Kanye. Or we got to discuss this prior, and I wasn't able to really let everyone know my love for Kanye when the album came out. But yeah, I love Kanye. I love Vultures. I love that one track he has with Cardi. Vultures 1 and 2. I'd probably say 1 is my favorite. And then if I have to pick a favorite song off of either one of them, I'd say off the second one, Sky City, where he's just rapping over a guitar sample. That's probably my favorite track off the album. And then, man, I forget what the name is of the one on the first one, but it's the one with Cardi that has like the crowd vocals in the back, where it's like the soccer like ultras that are singing the choir. He goes insane. Just yeah. There you go.
In other news, dropping 100 gigs, which was just a lot of basically unreleased songs he decided to release, and somewhat in response to other disses towards other artists, including Kendrick. That's still ongoing for some time. Even in the month of September when we get to that. But shout out to Corday.
Corday.
Another one, great one, Anderson .Paak. They've been proving that they're a good duo together. Their dynamic is unmatched when they're two get on the track.
Yeah, man. Corday and Anderson .Paak is one of my favorite duos. You know what I mean? Anytime these guys get together, you always hear I always feel like you hear Corday's best shit when he's rapping with Anderson .Paak. I like when he has those groovy tracks and shit where he's like really spitting, but it's like one of them things that gets you moving too. And I think that's his best, when he's in his best element, man. He really comes up with some shit.
And other artists who drop more projects and songs. A$AP Rocky dropping a new song. Taylor Swift. Once again, addressing Drake. What's our stance after a few months since the start, the prime of the diss tracks? What's our stance on that now?
What's our stance? Like, in what sense?
Like, do we feel like it's outplayed? Do you feel like once, who's right or wrong in this? Should we stop? Should we solve done with finally?
Man, I'm gonna say this like this. Like, as far as like ASAP Rocky's concerned, I think he has the right to get, like, you know, his shit off. You know what I mean? Everyone has the right to get their shit off, to say their piece. But in terms of like Drake's response, I don't think he ever had to respond to, like, you know, ASAP Rocky, or, you know, when he was going at Kendrick. That is, like, when it was like a one-on-one thing. He didn't have to respond to Rock. He didn't have to respond to, you know, fucking The Weeknd. You know, he didn't have to respond to none of these guys that weren't really like a threat. Like, the main threat was Kendrick the whole time. So I feel like him splitting his attention, dividing his attention like that, probably just makes it so his disses were like less, you know, potent. You know what I'm saying? Like, if one guy's going at one guy and his only focus is without one guy, and then this guy's like thinking about a bunch of different people. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's dividing his attention and shit. He should have just honed in on one person. I don't think Drake needs to respond to none of this shit.
Definitely, I agree.
It's unfortunate because, like, Rocky's one of my favorite artists and shit, and I would have, like, you know, it's just like, as a fan, I'd like to see him, you know, like, in a rap battle and shit. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like Kendrick and Drake, but it's like, it's just not gonna happen, and it's not like realistic to expect that from, like, you know, Drake.
Definitely. Shout out to Doechii.
Shout out to Doechii.
She put out a hell of a project. Alligator bites still hurt. Y'all gotta go check it out. Definitely. She's doing her shit. She's proven why she deserves to be a part of TDE. She's proven why she can hold up to other female artists, if not better. And I love to see that.
Yeah. What I love about Doechii is, like, her originality, like how she comes off as someone that's so, like, left field, like, different, you know, like, so fresh. You know what I mean?
Not only that, YG album, he dropped an album, you know, it's typical YG energy, you know, everything's got to be red related, considering his gang affiliated background, but anything to come out to the West Coast, especially YG, it's always going to be A1 production, and the vibes and the energy through it is going to be spoken loud and clear.
I actually didn't catch his album. It's Just Read Up 3, right?
Definitely.
That's the one we're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I actually didn't catch this album, bro. This is an album that I missed. It dropped in mid-August, around there.
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the new mixtape. I actually didn't. You know what? I'm gonna have to catch up on this one, to be honest.
Yeah, that one was pretty interesting on that one. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
In sad news, Fat Man Scoop, Scoop passed it away back in August. He was featured in plenty of early 2000s and 2010 songs, even back in the 1990s. Just different voices, you'll hear different ad-libs will create so many popular tracks. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Not only that, shout out Lil Uzi Vert going platinum on a pink tape.
True.
I don't know if Lil Uzi Vert is still talked about as much since then or since before then. But in my opinion, he's still one of the harder artists out there.
Yeah, I feel like people had a lot of mixed feelings about the pink tape. Especially, like, a lot of these tracks that had, like, a very different sound. I think, like, Lil Uzi still has, like, a ton to offer, you know what I mean, in terms of rapping. And, like, I kind of like the direction that he was going with, like, just being more about, like, rapping instead of, like, he was, like, veering off from being super focused on just some melodies and more veering towards becoming, like, just straight rap. He was going in that direction. And I think, like, he's got crazy flow. He's got, like, the ability to do that. So I think if he keeps pushing towards that sound, he can come up with some crazy shit, like, and be, really respected as, like, this is crazy for me to say, but, like, as a lyricist, you know what I mean?
I agree. I always.
People wouldn't even think that, like, at the start of his career, but, like, bro, Lil Uzi he's fucking spitting, you know what I mean?
I definitely agree.
Like, as someone that, like, really focuses on, like, lyricism and shit, and that, like, that's a, like, a part that's, like, important to my sound, like, bro, you can't ignore, like, yo, Lil Uzi's fucking rap. Yeah, man.
Now, we also have a few new tracks that were dropped and released from Big Sean and Triple Red. Triple Red coming back, doing a couple tracks. And Big Sean dropping his project and a few tracks as well. Big Sean doing everything. Originally I had mixed emotions before this project came out, about being a part of the big three. Understandable. However, when you really go back and look around to what he drops, in my opinion, it's okay that you're not a part of the big three. It's not a bad thing to not be a part of the big three.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, like, this whole big three thing is, like, that shit is something that's played out. I feel like it's not even a big three, low key. To me, it's a fucking big two. Because of the events that fucking transpired, like, these this past summer. There's really, like, at least the way I saw it, there's two competing ideas within hip hop, and there was, like, the two competing ideas just, like, bumped heads in the strongest way possible. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't mean to cut out J. Cole from that conversation, but J. Cole is more part of an idea that's already established by Kendrick in, like, the best way possible. Like that, like, lyricism, culture, like, that type of shit. And then Drake's more of, like, the, fun party, vibes, lane. And those, like, they bumped heads in, like, the hardest way possible. And I guess those guys are the perfect representations of those two things within hip hop. So to say there's, like, a big three, it just feels like you gotta like a middle guy, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really think there's the space for that. And honestly, I think the big three shit is played out anyways, because, like, bro, hip hop is becoming so fucking diverse and so fucking, like, vast. Like, there's so many different sounds that to, like, be like, yeah, there's these three guys, or there's two guys, or there's these guys are the guys that, like, represent all of this shit. I don't think is really, like, it's antiquated, it's not something that's really, it's not really how it is anymore.
I think almost every, I don't want to say every single one, almost every single artist holds up the industry in some sort of way. Yeah, for sure, because it's, at the end of the day, like, yeah, there's, like, it's an ecosystem, right? So you have, like, everyone that's, like, starting out, like, at the bottom, like, grassroots and shit. And then there's, like, levels. There's your I don't even want to use A, B, C, D list artists. It's more of, like, starting out. Then you have, like, your emerging artists. Then you have, like, your established artists. Then you got your superstars type shit. Right. It's like a business. Every employee is important to the idea of the business. Like, even the restaurants, like, dishwashers are very fucking important. Even if it's, maybe a remedial job, but it's important.
Yeah.
The whole kitchen, every piece.
Yeah.
And everybody in there is important.
Exactly.
Now, before we move on to September, I just want to say, man, it's definitely great to have you back on the Yard Talk News at the very least. Like I said, we didn't get to put our interview out, but we definitely will get to put this one out. You've been doing your shit with your music, like I said. You've been doing your shit with everything, man. I love it. You know, your tracks, East, man, dope shit. Like,
Appreciate you, bro.
real.
Appreciate it, bro. There's I have a new track dropping in a few days called Riot. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. Thank you.
Definitely. We're here for it. We're here for it. Now, moving on to the month of September, so much happened. Now, I kind of hate to make this a little personal, but we're going to make it a little personal. I'm also part of Yard Talk, but I also have my own artist career outside of Yard Talk. And originally, Yard Talk, I'm Big T, but outside of that, I'm me, which is Tier, Tyr. And I finally dropped my first EP.
Congratulations, bro. Hell yeah.
Labor Day, September.
Hell yeah, bro.
Man, it was great feeling to drop that little EP. You know, I mean, I still have a lot of growth to do as an artist, but I will continue to take my time on my craft and my art and get inspired and inspire others, you know, and create what I love.
Yeah. Yeah, no, man. I remember talking to you about your EP, and you know, dropping like a full length project is something, you know, like you go like step by step. Right now, you got an EP. You know, at some point you're gonna have a full length project. At some point you're gonna have 4 or 5 full length projects. You know what I mean? You're gonna be like, you know, well into your sound and all that shit. So, congratulations on that step, and you know what I mean? Like, keep working it, bro. Keep working the craft.
Definitely. Thank you. Now, moving on to everything also else in this month of September. Now, I want to go ahead and get the bad news out of the way before we get to the rest of the fun part, which is the sad passing away of Tito Jackson. Come on, Tito. Come on, Tito. And rest in peace to the late great Rich Homie Quan.
R.I.P. man. That was something that was pretty crazy to see that happened. Yeah. It's also something that's like, damn, like Rich Homie Quan was, bro, he was young, man.
Really
like,
was.
It's just one of them things, bro. R.I.P.
Definitely. And I feel bad for Janet right now. I know she feels very alone right now.
Yeah.
Janet's going through it. Rest, you know, praying for her family and all that. Definitely. Now, getting to some fun part, we just got news that there is an upcoming solo Kanye album.
Yo, yeah, I saw that a couple of days ago. Bullies, right? Or Bully? Yeah. Bro, I'm excited for it, man, because like shit. I like I said earlier, bro. I love Kanye, and you know, whenever this guy's got some new shit, like you know, fucking. It's gonna be fiery, you know. There's gonna be fucking controversy. There's gonna be fucking, the internet's gonna go crazy. Like I'm always there for it.
Definitely. And shout out, you know, Playboy Cardi dropped a few new singles tracks this month.
Yo, that last joint with The Weeknd, Cardi slid on that joint, bro. Mm-hmm. The beat on that is insane. I wish I would have got something different from The Weeknd, because I feel like from The Weeknd, at least, we don't see like as much like range or whatever, or like something different to what he's been doing lately. But Cardi on that joint, bro, he slid, man, and he showed us like range. You know what I mean? He showed us like fucking 2 or 3 different deliveries on that shit.
Definitely. Not only that, Maxo Cream and Tyler the Creator put out a track.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I always fuck with Maxo Cream and Tyler collabs, because Tyler always comes with them like a crazy fucking different left field beat, and like Maxo just like thugs it out on that beat every time, you know.
Definitely. Now we definitely have a few birthdays in the month of September. That being Moneybagg Yo, Metro Boomin. Keep doing your shit, Metro. Like Metro. And
Metro.
The great Nas, and recipes to the legendary Man in Shades, Straight Out Compton, Easy.
R.I.P. Yo, you know that one picture that you said that I'm like on the big stage, that was that was before Nas. Like I was on stage before Nas, and I actually got to go and watch Nas's show from his balcony backstage. It was fucking dope, man. It was fucking dope. I never seen a show like from that angle. You know what I mean? Like to see like, you know, a legend like that, a hip hop legend like that, and be like on his balcony for his show, like witnessing that. It was insane.
Yeah, man.
Best seats in the fucking house.
Man, yeah, I can only imagine. I can only dream about that, man. That seems sensational.
It was sensational, brother.
Getting to sensational. We have the Future album mixtape that's out. Future doing this shit. Future don't miss.
Fire. Don't miss. No misses, bro. Fire. Just fucking fire, bro.
I see why even Outkast would name him the best artist coming out of Atlanta.
Yeah, cause he's just so fucking consistent, bro. Like he just can consistently put out fire for so long, and like people just don't get tired of it because it's just undeniable, you know.
Definitely. Not only that, Schoolboy Q dropping a few visuals of his from his track from his album Blue Lips. Man.
In terms of visuals, TDE's like that's something I really look up to. The way TDE do their visuals, because it's always some fucking interesting shit. It's always like some visually appealing shit. It's not necessarily always just performances. You know what I mean? Like they have a lot of shots that are just like visually captivating.
Now we're working up to the best part of the month of September. I think we all know Kendrick. Several things talking about Kendrick. Kendrick recently dropped a single on Instagram. You know, it's had mixed reviews, but me personally, that's pure Kendrick energy. You know, that's pure Kendrick everything. Kendrick has always been a fighter against the industry. He's always had this dislike for the music industry, wanted to separate himself apart. So even aside from the specific Drake disses, he's dissing the industry, and that's always been what Kendrick does. You know, and some fans, you know, they feel like there's mixed emotions behind that. Like, oh, why'd he drop something slow? Did you expect him to drop something fast after Not Like Us?
Yeah. You got a point. I mean, yeah, like he's being true to himself when he drops shit like that. If you're a Kendrick fan, and you know, like you come to expect them type of tracks, and like, bro, I just love it, man. I love to hear it, and like you said, you're completely right. Like he dropped Not Like Us, you know what I mean? So like I'm pretty sure them guys understand that they need to ride that track out for just a little bit more, because it's a fucking hit, you know what I mean? So like you can just keep milking money from that track. I think like once his album drops, which I'm expecting something in like, you know, beginning of 2025. I think we all are, to be honest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think on that record there's gonna be some joints that are like, you know, bouncy, you know. I feel like that's what we're lining up for, some bouncy Kendrick shit, some party Kendrick shit.
Speaking of Kendrick, best thing all year, boy. Just got news, he's gonna be doing the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Man, speaking of TDE, they do great visuals, but we all knew who was real mastermind behind TDE back then was Dave Free, and now he's mostly with Kendrick. I just know they're going to put on a show. They're going to put it on a great show. You know, I know plenty of Louisiana people. Actually, no. There's even Louisiana people who understand why Lil Wayne's not getting that role. You know?
Yeah.
And to me, it's understandable. It just makes sense. You know, several things. Lil Wayne, earlier this year, or a little later last year, he got on a podcast with YG, because YG has his own podcast as well. He invited most artists. And one thing Lil Wayne said, he said, I hope to do enough to be on Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
Sadly, he hasn't done enough to, you know, usually it goes by off how much an artist has done.
Yeah.
year to be worthy enough to be on that stage at Super Bowl. Kendrick has done.
You're right, man.
I mean, go look at the Pop Out show. Do y'all not see the numbers of Amazon Prime shows? He's had the highest viewers on that.
Yep. Yep. I think you're right in terms of doing enough, man. If Wayne's album would have been finished earlier, if you know, some certain things hadn't, like, you know, gone the way they did, then he would be well within within an expectation to have the Super Bowl. But I think, man, the way that things happened this summer, you're right, bro. Like, you know, there was one logical guy to pick.
It's him. It's Kendrick.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. Can't wait to see it. Wonder who's always going to bring out. But getting on with the rest of the news in the month of September, man, this is probably one of the most impactful, most so much of shit has happened. I can't even, like, describe it, man. Beyonce co-signs Mexican OT. Man, Mexican OT is killing it, man. He's getting his features in. He's got a song with Currency, Big X the Plug, Mo3. Man, he's all over it, man. He's doing his shit, but he's staying true to himself. There's nothing that's, like, changing him. I can't ever see that. Nothing is changing.
That's how it's supposed to be, man. That's how it is, like, for you to stay fucking sane in the hip hop industry. If you can just stay yourself, you know what I mean? And Mexican OT is one of them guys that, yeah, like, he just oozes authenticity, you know? I love that guy. I love how he spits. I love how, like, I love his flow, bro. Like, I love, like, the way this guy's rolling his R's when he's spitting is just like, yo, it's sick, man. He's just dope. He's dope with it. He's fucking Mexican the baby to me.
Yeah, most people usually say Mexican version of Big X Plug. I mean, not Big
X the Plug. Okay. To be honest, I'm not as familiar with Big X the Plug's music as I am with the baby, so maybe I'll just check that out and see and test the theory for myself.
But a Mexican version of Kevin Gates.
Okay.
That's more. But definitely check out Big X the Plug. He's been doing this shit this year too, coming out with one track this month. The biggest coming out of Dallas, Texas. Definitely dope artist. He's been doing his shit, man. Even in one song has been used for Texas Rangers rollout. His song Texas.
Yo, I think he performed for them, right?
He performed recently for Houston Texans football.
For the Houston Texans, for the football team. I'm pretty sure I saw a guy performing, like, I think it was like halftime or some shit.
Yeah.
I saw it online. I didn't take in who it was. But yeah, that's dope for him, man. He's doing his thing.
Definitely. Also, J. Cole, T. Grizzly, and J. Cole and A$AP Rocky. J. Cole been on a roll this month. He's been showing his comeback is ready, you know. And
yeah.
He's not gonna let that little summer affect his rollouts. You know, he's been hitting the features real good this month. You know.
I'm really happy about that, man. I'm really happy that J. Cole, like, didn't let it affect, like, then again, like, bro, he's a fucking multi-platinum artist, you know, like, you think maybe it doesn't affect, like, I don't know how, like, when you're at that level, you know what I'm saying, when you're goated or whatever the fuck, like, if it affects you or not, but I feel like in terms of, like, fans, it clarified, like, his role in hip-hop for us. But in terms of skill, bro, like, yeah, like, J. Cole is fucking insane, you know what I mean? And, like, I've been listening to his latest couple of tracks, and it's like, bro, this guy's just too fucking good, you know? It's kind of frustrating that he's so fucking good and he didn't get involved, you know? Low key. Or high key, bro.
Definitely. Bit of everything, bit of both. Mixed emotions.
Exactly.
Speaking of mixed emotions, NBA YoungBoy is set to be in jail for about 27 years. So, y'all fans want to hear some NBA YoungBoy? It might be a minute, you know?
Bro, I didn't know he was, like, that he's getting sentenced?
Yes.
This is unfortunate.
Not necessarily using, just having it.
Well, that's unfortunate. It was like, Like that's something that's like, you know, like official now, right?
Somewhat, yeah, definitely. Like, just about.
Man, man, yeah, that's just unfortunate, cause bro, like NBA YoungBoy is such a superstar, bro. Like he can just fucking, yeah, he's such a fucking superstar. Like he's got such like a tight knit like cult following, bro. It's like damn.
Definitely.
It is what it is, man. I guess we move, but shit, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But in final news for this Yard Talk News months of September, some great shit to hear. The Pharrell Williams movie is coming out really soon. Lego movie, piece by piece. And only he can come up with some shit like that. Only he can say, "Oh, I'm gonna do a biopic," but wait, I'm gonna do it in Lego.
Legend, bro. I even saw he had some like you remember when them trailers came out? They had like people talking about like, oh yo, is this guy dissing Drake on the trailers and shit? You know, like the lyrics of his tracks and shit. Yeah, I remember that. So that if that movie's coming out, man, I'm gonna catch that. That's fucking legendary. I didn't know it was a biopic of himself, right? Like a biopic of his life. Man, Pharrell's a fucking genius, bro.
Lego,
He's making a movie for the kids, and it's a fucking biopic.
Yeah.
Legend.
I love it, man. He's so inspirational in the music industry. Him, Kanye, Dre, countless others, man. Such inspiration for him, man.
Yeah.
Love it. But that has been Yard Talk News with me, Big T, my boy Son Rob.
Thank you.
Y'all stay tuned for next month's showing as the music industry gets crazier and crazier.
Hell yeah, stay tuned, motherfuckers.
Yeah.